Hey, V Rose. Hey, girl. Hey. How you doing? Oh no, I got a new what you call it? Mount, phone mount. New. Everything's new. You know what the best thing about having new things when you can count your mind in on the new thing. Yes, I feel mentally new. Cool. I'm okay. I ain't go back to sleep, but I don't know. Sometimes I just get in those moods or those modes where I can't get to sleep. And yeah, today was one of them. Is my audio cool? You can hear me? Because I'm still getting used to making sure my phone is on the Bluetooth and everything. So I don't want to be sitting here looking like I'm lip syncing. Oh Lord, what happened over there? Oh, road construction. That might be nasty in the morning. Oh shoot. Hey EJ, how are you? How are you, sir? We ain't doing nothing over here but riding to work. I gotta go make the donuts. I had a flash of life this evening, like where I just thought about it, like, ooh, when the time comes that I don't have to work no more. Hey Gary, even though I don't feel like I'll stop working, I would just love to know what it's like to not have to work. Just be able to just chill, you know what I mean? But then when I do have time off and I be chilling, I be sitting there like, I don't know. I just wish it was easier to push through work days. That's all. It's like right now, with Amazon, man, I've been, yeah, last night I came all the way to work and they gave out VTO and I took it. Voluntary time off. I'm like, I can go home. She's like, yeah. I'm like, bye. I wasn't even there 15 minutes. I got paid for 15 minutes. I was like, Lord, I should have stayed at least an hour. But my bonus baby had to dance in church this morning, and I was like, I'm just gonna go home so I can get some sleep because it is real hard to go to church after getting off at like 5:30 in the morning or whatever. And then with the time change, it added an hour to our workday. So instead of getting off at, well, it went back. So they also count that in at work. So it's like when the time turned back, it turned back. So that added another hour to the shift yesterday. So I would have been there till 5:30, which would have been 6:30, but it was 5:30 because time turned back. You know what I mean? And it's a good thing though, because I was able to get some rest and get up and go see her dance and all that good stuff. She's been gone with her grandma for the last week, so man, she is making up for that time gone already. Questions and just, oh my God. Those 10-year-old things, you know what I mean? I'm like, Lord. Whoa. Like, this how it's gonna be when my grandkids grow up. Cray. I ain't never seen somebody you could tell you're not getting nothing from the store and they still manage to get stuff. Where they do that at? I'm weak, I think. That's what it is. But you know what? I'm good. I'm at the shower like, where's my bag of candy? I'm like, you don't need any more candy. I took all that candy, man. She sat up there and ate this one little thing she had was like some gummy things and like, it looked like noodles. Like some ramen noodles or, you know, noodles, the little Chinese noodles or whatever. Man, she ate that whole box. I said, yep, she can't have no more candy for the next 2 days. But here nor there. I had a pretty good weekend. I worked a little bit, but I came on here last night. V Rose was here, but I don't think anybody else was here, so I had deleted it because I just deleted it. Yeah, I did. I deleted it. But we were having a conversation about faith, having faith in the hardest of times, even when, things are seemingly out of whack, or when things happen that throw you off of a course or plan, you know what I mean? Like you'll have a plan and you're sticking to the plan and everything's going according to plan, and then all of a sudden something come and put its foot in the plan. And for me, that was the fact that since March, I was determined, well, I had determined that I would be surrendering my car back to them people, because like I got my car right when COVID hit. Like got my car 2 weeks later, the shutdown happened, which means off work. So it's like I came out the gate jacked up. And then it was like, I don't know what kind of discernment I had when I got that car, but I'm the type of person, like, I didn't think I was gonna get the car for real, right? Hey, Cutting Edge. I really did. I was like, well, if God want me to have a car, then I'll be walking out of here with a car. And I sat my butt down and I was like, kind of like stuck, like, dang, I really got a car. So here I am with this car with this astronomical car note, which, okay, cool. I was making the money, but like I said, a monkey wrench get thrown in your plans, be it a COVID or an unexpected, what you call it, unexpected maintenance problem or whatever the case may be that you have to fix unexpectedly. So it's like everything's cool because I'm capable, I'm able. But then, like I said, who knew the world was gonna shut down? Absolutely not any one of us. So here I am with this brand new car. I had 2 forfeits that year, forfeit the payments. They don't get those to you but once a year. Then I got on, I was good. But those payments was crazy. And then business didn't rebound to the usual flow. And yeah, I was fighting to keep my car, but I was doing it, I had to move out of the apartment I was in, and I don't know if I had told you, I was living somewhere, it was like $871. I moved into a brand new apartment that was like $1,450, and I didn't really care that it was $600 more. But the funny thing is, I struggled with that $870, and I never, ever missed a beat with rent in the $1,400. That's why I'm a firm believer in, if we want for God to enlarge our territory, if we remain in the same territory, He's not going to enlarge it. What's going to happen is you're going to have enough. That's my belief. That's how it's been for me. You're going to have enough. You're going to meet what you need. And I think sometimes when we don't move when we should or how we should, or even if we make a mistake, because I believe when I got that car, what I should have been saying was, nah, never mind. Thank you, Cutting Edge. I should have that one little part of that gut that said, don't do it, I should have not did it. But I did it. Okay. I'm riding around in my 2020. What I learned about that 2020 Kia was I love my 2012. I was like, oh no, why did I get rid of my car? I miss my car. Anyway, let's go. I decided like around March earlier this year that car was gonna no longer be a thing, but how I was gonna do it was voluntarily surrender the car once I got a new one. Yeah, that was the plan, and that's where we've been going, so all this time I've been rolling, doing my due diligence. Or some people like to say due diligence. Doing my due diligence to make sure that I don't they're doing a lot of road work, that I don't accidentally reveal my address, because I never did a postal address change or none of that, because I wasn't gonna do that until I got out this car. So I had some false payments on my chime card. This is where the dumb went in to my brain. I was like, I knew if I did credit to that address that they would find me. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, chime ain't, I don't think that's going to link to nothing. Boy, baby, 1 week after I got that new car, Wednesday, I was in there, I was asleep. My dude coming there like, they towing your car. I'm like, I rolled over and kept sleeping because I'm like, this fool messed with me because I went to happy hour, whatever. That's how, Came back like, did you hear me? I'm like, oh, okay. So I get up, I go in there, and sure enough, little dude out there, Julio or somebody, was like, yeah. So I was getting my stuff out the car, thank God. And the whole time, I'm just like, I'm getting the stuff, and my partner like, what's wrong with you? They're taking your car. I'm like, okay. And, I'm like, this is something we knew was going to happen. This was the plan. Only thing that went different was that they weren't supposed to find me first, right? He all in a frantic, and I'm just chilling. At one point, I started laughing because it was just like, I think I was like, I had to laugh because I'm like, damn, they found me. But then it was like, I really realized how composed I am in otherwise, I guess, high alert situations. For somebody else that might be like, oh my God, they're taking my car. In my mind, it was just like, ah, damn, they got me. And that's how it was. Sterling was gone in a twinkle of an eye on Wednesday. I thought I had about 2-3 more weeks. Yeah. So, Sterling gone. Boom, like clockwork. My bestie Lala. I called her like, hey, they got my car. Like, how the hell they find you? I said, I think because I did X, Y, Z. Or they knew where I was all the time. Hey, I don't think they had any device on the car because the car would have been gone. So, boom, we'll come and get the car. I went to work. The next day, I'm going to get dropped off. She called like, you coming to get the car? Bet. Took the car that day. And then Friday, I'm like, you know what? Got to try for a loan. Because I had to go ahead with the plan, But my thing was, how can I get in a car without paying any money, basically? So, get on the phone with the bank. Whoop-de-woo, this is what I need, this is what I want my payments to be. I'm like $300. My negotiating team like $250. And the lady is like, well, if you get this amount, this will put your payment here. If you spend this much on the card, broke it all down. So when I tell y'all, this process, I don't know if it's just standard for Navy Federal or what, but I know when I apply for something, some kind of loan or money or something, I'm used to, we need some verifying documents, right? We need to verify your employment. We need to call your employer. We need to see at least 4 to 6 weeks of pay stubs and all this stuff. So I'm like waiting on this lady to say this, and then she's like, well, okay, this is this, and it will be this much, and this, that, and the other, and you can pick up your check at any branch. And I'm sitting here like, that's it, like, that's it. Yeah, that was it. So I went to work the morning time. We got the check at the bank, and then boom, went car shopping. And I'm sitting here like, I'm telling him, I'm like, either Navy Federal real easy or a whole bunch of grace was just set forth on my behalf. He was like, I like to call it grace. I said, me too. So we went on with car shopping. I noticed I hated car shopping. And it was just so funny. I think everything is strategic because we were like Ryan going to this, headed to Toyota, and out the blue, hey, let's go to Charlie something. And I didn't even see the place, but it was kind of like it just stuck out like a sore thumb. So we had went there, and the man was telling us how they used to be the Maserati dealer, but now he just deals with Mercedes, and then they have like a used car section that they turned the Maserati part into. Ooh, y'all, when I tell y'all I seen some Maybachs, oh my God, man, ooh, Jesus Christmas, ooh. When I tell you, them cars was fine. I was like, I just want to be friends with somebody in this car lot right now. I need to be friends with one of you, two of you in this dealership, because you know how they say you brush shoulders with people you want to be, you know, but where you trying to go. I don't even want to buy one. I just want to brush shoulders with the people who can afford it. Why is this person in front of me drunk? Gotta be. So, and we went to a few spots, and then we had went there, drove this car, like, all right, we'll be back. And I don't know if dude thought we was coming back or not, but we left, went to another spot, 2 more spots, and then I'm just like, I think that's the car, you know. And the reason why I feel like I knew it was the car is because I don't like white cars. I kept on saying the whole time, like, I ain't trying to get no white car. I don't want a white car. But it was just something about this car, and I'm like, that's pretty nice. Have a little sunroof and all that good stuff. So went in there like, I want to spend this much. This car was like almost 15, right? I don't know, maybe I shouldn't tell the price, but whatever, it goes with the story. When we went in there out the gate, I'm sitting here cringing because honey, like, I need something for $13,500, and I'm looking like, what? He like, before taxes? He's like, no, out the door. And I'm sitting there like, I ain't gonna never get no car, because in his mind, we can find a $7,000 car. In my mind, a $7,000 car gonna break down. So the man like, I got this one, it's close. I'm looking like that car is too small for me, but and then he was like, he said, let me call my boss and see if he you know, give you this out, if we could do this for $13,500. So he called the man, and he was like, yeah, he said, I seen another one, they had a little more of the features they were looking for, and but it's like $1,200 more than that car, and I don't know if, you know, if you could do that for $13,500. And that man was like, yeah, give it to him. So he took off like $1,200. I'm driving, pretty much. It feels good that I didn't have to be without a car for a week. It was just a few days, but the thing that I know, in those few days, I remained faithful, you know what I mean? I didn't know how, but I knew that if that car was gone, then it wasn't about my plan, it was about God's plan, you know. Like I told him, we don't know if that car was getting ready to just completely clunk out for some reason. Anything couldn't have been getting ready to happen with that other car. Where, as I was thinking like 2-3 weeks from now, I needed to get out of it right now. You know what I mean? But I just learned that when you have a plan, not that it's a wrong plan, just know that when you're believing for anything by faith, that in the blink of an eye, the Father can shift that plan another way. You know what I'm saying? He can shift that plan a whole different way. And indeed, that's what he did. He shifted the plan that I thought was so cool, you know. And you know, the crazy part about my car, when I traded it and they, you know, charged off the other one and closed that account, for some reason, when they closed that account, it took off the new car off my credit. It took that account and the old account off my credit report. So all this time I've had that car, it's never reflected on my credit. Because we know if it had reflected on my credit, it would have been even crazier than it was for me to get back. Because when I first moved here, you know, I had a whole lot of ups and downs, so I was falling behind on everything, and I had to build back up. I mean, I ain't had the best credit in the world, but the little credit I did have went out the window, you know. So I've been in a position of working on that, you know, trying to get it back on the going up side and getting better. So I'll be able to go and get my own apartment if need be, or when it's time to buy a house, I'll be ready, whatever the case may be. And in the meantime, due to all my mistakes in the past of jacking up my credit, because I don't know about y'all, but I used to jack up some things, but that's not knowing about finances and not understanding the responsibility of having good credit or even knowing much about credit. But as I learned, I know the way to do it, so it's just about me applying that. And but where that helps is I'm able to help my honey, where we had a situation where I had pretty much bad credit. He had bad credit because he had no credit. You know what I'm saying? No credit history. No. I'm like, I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. Like somebody that got 2 bills on their credit. I'm like, boy, please, we can get this up in no time. So I done took the steps, start building all that up, and yeah, things been going real good. Even for myself though, I'm on the rebound. But just having faith in the process, whatever that may be, whether it's the process you thought you were on or the process at the moment of that shift, the process where everything changed and you thought all hell just broke loose, but really it was just another way. There was another way to execute what it was you were trying to do. And having that faith in God allows you to stay centered in the shift. That's what I would say. It allows you to stay centered in the shift, or at least it allows me, because I've always known, especially like when I first moved here, man, I had the foolproof plan. I'm coming to Virginia. I'm gonna build my clientele. I'm gonna get this job at Amazon. Whoop-de-woo, get me a place, and then everything shifted because my living arrangement changed abruptly. I ain't gonna say it. Yeah, it was kind of abruptly because I thought I had a little more time, but I actually didn't. And even in that, I know that was God. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're saying you're doing things by faith, then no matter what happens in that process, you got to continue to maintain that same level of faith all the way through. You gotta, deers. Y'all, when I see a deer on the side of the road, they the feeling in my gut ain't right. You gotta maintain that same, how they say, keep that same energy. You gotta keep that same faith. You know what I mean? No matter what it look like, because we know that faith isn't about what we see. It's not about what we see. It's about having that belief in everything that we believe in God for, even though we can't see it, even though we don't know how He's gonna bring it to us, even though sometimes it don't make sense, some of the moves He wants you to make. To me, with faith, it means you have to be fearless to a point of not giving in to those things that will cause you to shrink in any moment. Standing firm, going forth, knowing that all things work together for them that love the Lord. All things work together for the good that love the Lord. I'll say it again like I said it last night. I don't know if it happens for the ones that don't love Him. I know that He has a lot of grace for those people in my imagination. But I love the Lord, so I know that all things are going to work together for my good. And I also know, like the song say, He's intentional, never failing. So although it looked a little strange and it didn't go the way you thought it was going to go, His way is always the for sure way. His way would change at any given moment. Without your permission, I believe the test is, how you going to maneuver through my shift? How are you going to stand when I say no? How you going to stand when I say, oh, you thought it was this way, but I'm going to do it that way? You know what I always think after a shift is, for one, how it is very important for us to decrease so that the Spirit of God can increase within us. Because I think that when we walk with the Holy Spirit, we have to allow the Holy Spirit to lead. And if we're not allowing the Holy Spirit to lead our flesh, us, yeah, we take all types of little bumps and dings along the way. We might get there, but maybe we wasn't supposed to take all them bumps and bruises. Maybe it was a way that was going to be a little bit smoother, because I know obstacles have to come. The adversary is always present, so therefore, how do we get testimonies? By test. And I know when I get off of my square, because you can have faith but have a little bit of unbelief to creep in there. Whenever I'm off my square, it's just like I have to work hard to refocus. Exactly. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. In my double voice. Listen, when they took my car, I was driving all the way to work like, glory be to God. That's the only thing I could think to say. Like, glory be to God. Like, oh my God. They found me before I got rid of the car. Okay. Whew. I didn't know what to say. So that's all I could say was glory be to God. Like, I'm so glad I hear that most days. Because you might not have thought of it if it hadn't been like a little fixture in your life. You know what I mean? So it's just like, glory be to God. Like, oh my God. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I know you're going to do it. And I'm going to keep on keeping on, stick to the program. I was able to do everything that I needed to do in those few days without the car. And I got another car, And y'all know this is only my, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is my 5th or 6th car in my whole life. I know a lot of people like, I had 12 cars. I had 13 cars. Man, this is like my 5th or 6th car. I do believe. I know it's not more than 6. Ever since I've been 16, this is my 5th or 6th car. I'm just happy that, he made a way, And in the process, I continue to add on to strengthen my faith, to God showing me that by trusting him, he'll work out things, versus me panicking for nothing, only for him to work it out. And then you realize, like, man, I was panicking for nothing, That's what my biggest issue used to be, is panic. All that panic only for the 979,000th time for him to come and make a way. It's almost like he's gonna do it, but you almost forget a little bit. Yeah. That's how I would explain it. You forget a little bit sometimes. You get a little scary. Go a spot right there for me. I can take that. Yeah, man. It's like when you ain't got nothing else, have faith, Have faith. If you got faith, the size of a mustard seed, as we have said. So it don't take much. Just a little bit, Like I said, I was in that Mercedes-Benz plant looking at them Maybachs, and dude, like, oh yeah, that's a G-Wagon. That one, 200 grand. Somebody about to pay cash for that. I'm looking like, where they at? I want to be their friend. That's all I kept thinking. Like, I was like, if I had the money, I don't even think I would invest in something like that. But man, that ability, I would like that. I like to be able to go in the Mercedes-Benz and be like, give me that one. But who knows what the future holds? That day might come where I do walk in there and decide, yeah, I want this. And I just walk out with my new Benz, because I've seen a couple. When I get another car, it's going to be gray. You know, that gray color? Not silver, the gray. Baby, that's pretty. Let me see what y'all was saying. Goodness, thank you. So happy with myself. What you did? Arrows, seeing the light. Fix you did. Oh, I done missed all that. Yeah. My car is old, but I only pay insurance and it's reliable, except for that rear blinker and brake light was out. Hey, where you learn how to fix that at? On YouTube or Google or something? Hey, I did a whole floor in my shop watching YouTube. Yes, I did. Cutting. And Miss Virginia. All right, I done went through all of them. John B., you drive faster. I drive the speed limit, honey. But you want to take a flight? Okay, yeah, I thought so. That's a shame. Like, I'm just a little YouTuber. Why are you trolling me? I ain't doing nothing over here for you to troll me, bruh. Bro, as the kids say. Man, my 3-year-old bros me to death. You hear me? He was like, let's go get a car, bro. Can we go to the store, please, bro? I'm like, you call me bro one more time, little boy. Okay, well, that's cool. You speed. Be careful. May God be with you, sweetie. May God be with you. We will all be praying for you that everything goes well in your travels when you speed, and that you don't get a ticket that wipes out your... I tell you what, it's easy to get in trouble and hard to get out. So if you like speeding, be my guest, but don't make it where you gotta pay a price to get up out of that trouble. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but okay. Listen, y'all, I went to Five Below today and bought me this little car mount. I bought 2 of them because I didn't know if this one was gonna stick right. I was like, oh, I'm doing something. Finally got me a new little car mount. Speed is absolutely fine. Yeah, as long as you got control of things, you go ahead and speed. It ain't fine for me, but what's good for you ain't necessarily good for me. I drove for a long time on a suspended license. So in that time, I learned to be very cautious. And that don't go away once you've been doing it for a while, honestly. I think I used to speed. I mean, I speed a little bit, but not nothing crazy. Like I said, I done dealt with so much different stuff. My license was suspended like 10 years because they put a lien on my license, on my registration, when I had got in an accident and hit that dump truck. And I couldn't get my license renewed or nothing. I couldn't get nothing registered in my name. By the grace of God, somebody that I met in Charleston, I hadn't even been friends with her for long. She did the process and got me a car, and I'm like, my own sister wouldn't have done that for me. That's why I say I always get in situations where God sent me an angel. You know what I mean? Like, he always sent me an angel, and I have to be extra grateful for that, because I could have nobody. You know what I'm saying? He always sends somebody, even if it's somebody who's kind of like a stranger. I mean, we're very close now, me and her, but at that time I was just her hairstylist and we got cool. To this day, her mama, my mama. If I need her to do something, she gonna do it. Yep, she got me that car. I paid it off and everything. And once I got a license in South Carolina, when I got my next car, I got it on my own. But she still, I still carry my license. I mean, my insurance on her insurance. So it was all good. I think now where I am is the process of the salon I work in. I know I've been talking about that, saying that I feel like I'm not going to necessarily grow or elevate in the space I'm in, although I enjoy my coworkers and I have fun. They're nice people. I'm grateful to the grace that the owner has shown me by allowing me to work there even before my license came, because somebody else probably wouldn't let you work without your L's. But yeah, he let me work in there while I was in the process of getting everything switched over or whatever. And I don't think I would have found anybody else to do that. Well, one other girl said once I started the process, she would let me, but she closed her shop, and I thought for sure that's where I was going to be working at. No, she closed down. But I was telling my client yesterday, like, I'm really getting towards feeling like I need to be somewhere else. Like, everything's cool here, but I don't have that. We was talking about the other morning with double iron sharpening iron. I don't have that iron present in that building. And what happens when you don't have somebody to bounce off of? I'm the type of person that if I'm in a salon, I need a crew that I can bounce off of, creative ideas, or in the like friendly competition in your mind. If I could look at her and be like, man, I'm about to smash that style. And right now my friendly competition is my homegirl in Charlotte. I'm looking at her where like, boy, I'm coming for her on nets. That's my motivation right now, because I don't work with anybody else that really does the type of hair that I do. I work with a couple of ladies that are, they're a little older, but hell, I'm an older stylist. I still do current hair. And then the young people, they do a lot of braids and things like that. So it's just like, I've been in that space of I'm still building clientele. I don't really have the clientele to make a move, but at the same time, what did I say at the beginning of this thing? Sometimes you got to go into a larger territory for God to enlarge your territory. You know what I mean? If you go somewhere larger, then he's going to pour into what you need, that space you need. And right now, I really feel like I'm not in the space that I need to be in. And so that's like a little bit like, I guess on my heart, because I am a little bit, scared of a move like that, because I don't know people here. I'm literally in the process of starting over, building. I have a few clients, but not enough to really say, hey, I'm about to go jump in here and pay 200, 175, something like that. So it's like, okay, I either got to get up and just jump out on faith, or stay in the space I'm in. And I really think it's one of those things that's like a triggering effect, that you ever felt like if I make this move, then he'll take and make these moves. You see what I'm saying? Like, while I'm here, he making moves. But if I take this move, the fact that it's in my heart that I need to make a change, if I make that move according to what I feel in my heart, then everything that I need is going to be provided. I'm not going to lack, or I'm not going to struggle. It's going to be there when I get there. But then that's, like I said, that's that human thing that says, it's a nervous thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a very nervous thing. And I've done this thing a time or two. Man, I moved from Dayton, Ohio to Cleveland. Picked up clients. I moved from Cleveland to South Carolina. I ain't know nobody in South Carolina. Man, hit the ground running from day one. So it's just like, I think that's what scares me, because I really didn't have that type of thing that happened when I moved here. Yeah. So I'm a little nervous, but I had a client tell me when I was talking to her about it. Sometimes I feel like God causes you to have conversations with certain people, or at certain times, for him to speak through that person. And I'm telling her, like, I really think I need to be somewhere else, because I don't feel like I have my creative flow. I like to do my TikTok videos. I like to go live. I like to do different things to advertise myself. And right now I don't have control of the music. I don't have control of the background noise. And those are things that I can't really do right now unless I get a moment where I'm there by myself. And she said, I'll be honest with you. She said, when I booked with you and I came here, she said, with the way you do hair, the kind of hair you do, she's like, there's nothing wrong with this place, but this is not what I expected. And that right there let me know that I have to make that decision, because there are some people that I did that, they may have just came once. Was that the reason? Because that wasn't what they expected. You know what I mean? Where I am doesn't match me. Where I am doesn't match my skill level. Where I am doesn't match anything about me, except for I need a chair to do hair in. So once again, I'm back at that crossroad where I have to make a decision, because I've been here a year. It's time to take off. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't really taken off in the hair business. And I don't know. I done told y'all time and time again. If I can't do nothing else, I can do some hair. There's an audience for me that I'm not reaching. You know what I'm saying? So I need to either find another shop with other people that are, in the same skill level with me, or people a little bit higher skill level, or go into an individual suite. And that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, because I just really want that ability to be able to be creative as I need to be, however I want to be. When I advertise, I set the tone for the space that my ladies are coming into. So that's next on the docket, is getting situated salon wise. We got a meeting. I'm sleepy. We got a meeting at the salon this week. And I'm kind of thinking, like, what is this meeting gonna be about? Because we kind of just in there, like, yeah, okay, it'll be interesting. But I think that it's gonna definitely give me what I need to make that next move. I already feel it in my bones. This meeting is gonna say something that was said a year ago and it didn't happen, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, no. I think what it is because I done had a couple of salons, and not saying, I think that the people I work with operate in fear, and I can't get with that, because it's like, I remember when I first started working there. You ever met somebody that kind of like that won't that will let me see, what's the word I'm looking for? A person that will diminish themselves because they don't think they are on this level, or they can do what these people do because they do this. What the owner said to me, because I asked him, like, well, what do you charge for a haircut? Tell me, say, yeah, I know I could charge more, but my shop, it ain't like so and so around the corner or such and such up the street. That right there, I knew I wasn't gonna be there that long, because I don't believe that. You know what I mean? I believe that when you know your worth and you value your time, your education, your dedication, then I don't care if I stay out here in a tent. I can charge what they charge around the corner. I don't care what's going on. Okay, but then if you truly feel like that, why not upgrade instead of downgrade yourself? Why not upgrade your establishment instead of take away from yourself because you don't feel like you can stomp with the big dogs? Become a big dog. And that's where I am. I need to become a big dog. Some of y'all right now is staying behind and holding out because you don't think that you can do X, Y, and Z, or because you don't think you have the same skill level as somebody else, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes it's okay to look at the big dogs, but sometimes you gotta become the big dog. Be a copycat, not to an extent where it's creepy, but my mentor always said, ain't nothing wrong with copying as long as you copying the right cat. Ain't nothing wrong with copying as long as you copying the right cat. And what that means is, I'm gonna take what you do, I'm gonna do this part of it, and I'm that part, and I'm gonna pull it over here to this what I do. Now I'm gonna come up with something else. Now I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna look at everything you do. I'm gonna copy your mannerisms, and I'm gonna say all your catchphrases, and I'm gonna, not that, but using what you see that works for others and applying it to what you do. Take something that maybe don't work for you, apply something that they do with something else that does works. Now you created something new. Yeah, it was birthed from something somebody else did, something somebody else you watched, but hey, it'll work. Instead of looking at that person saying, I wish I could do this, but that person already doing it. That's where your gifts and talents come in. Although you may be doing the same thing, your purpose is different. You know, that's like having a KFC, a Popeyes, and some fried chicken in the gas station all on the same block. Everybody goes to all those different places. Don't nobody be like, oh, I can't make no money around here because they fried chicken on that corner and that corner. Ain't nobody coming through here. Everybody have what they like. Everybody have what they like. And guess what? None of us made up anything. Everybody got it from somewhere. We learned from something. So, no, there's nothing wrong with adding to your craft from something you may have seen. Taking a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and seeing how it works for you. I don't feel like I can just totally copy somebody. I can't even totally copy myself. Hell, people be sending me pictures of hairstyles that I did saying, can I get this? I'll be like, no. Let me see. What is Vero saying? She's in a parking lot. She's supposed to be going slower in the line. Girl, you answering that crazy mess. What if you do a couple free appointments on the weekend? The only agreement that I've done that. I did like 4 free people, and I actually gained people. When someone likes you, they have been service, they will spread the word. I got a lot of word of mouth people. Yeah, I got a lot of word of mouth people. It's not the thing. I really think that when you, okay, let me use this as an example. I had my first salon, I was in a partnership, right? And I know for a fact, God was telling me to move. And I kept telling him, but this is my shop. This is my baby. And I just kept hearing it move. And the longer I stayed there, everything was just going down, down, down. I was depressed. Man, I started losing weight. Oh, man, it was crazy. But I just kept saying, this is my baby, you know. Well, okay, you want me to move? I'll get another shop. And then I'll move. Man, I went to this whole thing. Y'all know I lost like $2,400 because I was getting ready to take my butt back into another partnership with somebody that I felt like, well, he know how to do the work on the shop. But this man's ideal of how we was going to split the money was stupid. And I'm like, yeah, no, I had to back out. But when God say what he say, he mean what he say. He told me to get the heck out of there. And I went to church. This lady used to come to get her hair done. Her husband and her had a church. And one day I went to visit her church, and he was like, hey, he's like, do I know you? I was like, well, no, but you've seen me. You come to my salon to get your hair done. You know, your wife comes to my salon and get her hair done, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, okay. God said, get out of that shop. Get up off of Ashley Phosphate. And I'm looking like, what? He was like, yeah, he said he had something for you. Where you want to shop at? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I'm here in Somerville. And I'm like, But from that point on, it was like, I still was scared. And I stayed. And then after a while, I just was like, mentally, I couldn't do it anymore. So finally, I'm going to be obedient, right? And in my obedience, I went back to the very first salon I used to work at there. I always believe in not burning bridges and going back to square one, ground zero, back to the basics, all that good stuff. So I went back to a familiar space. Only one thing about that, he was still on Ashley Phosphate. That pastor said, get up off Ashley Phosphate. But at least I got out that shop, right? And but instantly, when I tell y'all the weight started coming back, everything just turned around. I was picking up clients. It's almost like when you don't make a move sometime, he'll put a pin in your stuff. We'll be like, oh, the devil trying to hold me down. No, sometimes God will put a pin in your stuff. I do believe it. When you're not being obedient, when you're not doing what he told you to do with a thing or anything, Yeah, he'll put a pin in it until you do what he say. Sort of like when you're using your GPS and it's telling you to go right, but you decide to go straight, and it's telling you at the next turn, make a U-turn, and you like, oh, I'm gonna find another way. You keep on going straight, and then that thing stop talking to you. Then you like, dang, where I'm gonna go? How I'm gonna get there? Because you expecting for that thing to start, recalculating where you're going and give you a new route. But what happens when you go off on your own route and the GPS shut up? That's kind of what happened when we're not obedient to something that God is telling us to do. And it could be sometimes we don't know if it's God's voice. That's why we got to pray. It could just be we just fearful, and fear paralyzes. It'll have you stuck. I was fearful in that moment. I can say that. It will have you stuck because I couldn't understand why I had to let my business go. And then I didn't want to do that to my friend, but it came to a point, and he even said it like, well, you got to do what you got to do. He's like, because everybody could see the change in you. You weren't happy, you weren't this, you weren't that. So it's like everybody saw something wrong in me but me, because I was trying so hard not to I was trying so hard to be loyal to my business partner, I forgot to be obedient to God. Sometimes we can be so loyal to a thing that we forget to be obedient to what God is saying. God will be telling you one thing, but because it's your homie, your friend, you love him, you want to continue to be there for him. But sometimes you got to walk away from a thing for him to open up another door. I had to walk away from that business. So here I am again at another space like that. Now, if I lose a little weight, I won't care. Take a little bit of these pounds, okay, Lord? But because I know better, it's time for me to do better. You know what I mean? What's the worst case scenario? I got to pay these people out of my pocket until I build a clientele. I can do that because by faith, I'm going to be able to pay for this regardless. You know what I mean? It's going to pay for itself. It's just about me making my move. It's about me making that move that I know that I need to make, that I know is going to benefit me in the long run. Yeah, there's that part of me that says, dang, he let me work here all this time and he ain't been charging me for I just feel, but as a business person, you got to understand sometimes it's about business. It's not personal. You know what I mean? I've been there a year and I really don't feel like there's that growth. It's not going to happen for me there because I'm not in a fertile environment. Yeah. I'm not in a fertile environment. No one is growing there. You see what I'm saying? Everyone is just doing what they do and gone on about their business. No one is elevating there. They're just comfortable where they at. No one else is trying to up their game, gain more clients. They're just there. You have an owner who's scared to charge more for his services because his shop don't look like the shop down the street. When you are in surroundings like that, you become that. And that's the one thing I ain't trying to do. I'm not trying to become that stagnant individual who doubts or who operates in fear. I have zero doubts that my gift makes room for me everywhere I go, anywhere I go. So I can't I can't ignore that because I want to be kind to the person that was kind to me. I really can't. So at this point, I gotta make a move. I'm still saying maybe like January because that's not too far from now. But it might be December. Because if I do leave, I'm going to make sure I give him at least a month notice. Might be my birthday gift to me. I do have a place in mind. My only fear about that is it's next door to this restaurant. I'm trying to lose weight, and this place got some good food. You hear me? I was like, why I gotta be next door to here? All places. I don't eat catfish. This place had stuffed catfish that was so good. But on the flip side of that, there's a whole bunch of people that come there. And I can go in and make a camaraderie with the owners of that bar. Well, it's a restaurant, but they got a bar in it. But I make a camaraderie with those people. It's called Boss Queen's Lounge, Restaurant and Lounge, something like that. Or if I go there and I start to build a rapport with all the business owners in the block, like I don't know if the girls in that suite have already done that, but that's what I'm going to do. So if I go do that and begin to network and mix and mingle with the people that come through there on a daily, sure way to pick up clientele. And I think that's what I'm missing is that traffic. It's kind of traffic where I work at, but I think geographically, the traffic, it isn't the traffic that I need. It's not the traffic that is like, how much? Okay, boom. Because I don't have my price points are damn near 50% more than the women I work with. I can't thrive in there because it's like, let's say a walk-in has come there before and they got their hair done. And I'm there one day and they decide, well, can you do my hair? And I say, yeah. Well, how much do you charge? $75. Well, she only charged me $30. That don't have nothing to do with me. But at the same time, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a tricky situation to be in a place where people are expecting this price, and then here's this lady in here that's going to charge me double that. Yeah, I paid a lot of money for my craft, you know. I don't care where I work at, my price is going to maintain. You're going to pop me out 100 for that cutting style. Yes, you are. And I should be more, but you're going to pop that out. They in there charging 70, what, the lady said she charged 65 for a cutting style. I'm like, what? Man, ain't even, I'm like, well, how much you charge for a shampoo style? It's 35. I got a lot of young, old clients, so I just charge them 35. And I'm looking like, every week her clients talk about going out of town and what they done bought. And I'm looking at her like, you don't know your people, honey, because these ladies got money, okay? And you charging them like they just poor. I mean, to each his own, but in this industry, you have to create your own income. So with the way that the world is and with the cost of living in most places, man, you don't kill yourself doing $35 hairstyles in 2024. My mama paid that for me when I was 13. I'm 51. No one in the whole world should be at $35 for a shampoo style. I don't know. If you on here and you do hair, if you happen to hear this and you do hair and you charge $35 for a shampoo and style, I don't care if you live in a tree. If you work in a tree, go up. Yeah, I don't have the spaces to network though, V. So I'm excited. I don't look it. Boy, I'm about to be 52 in a few weeks. December the 13th, baby. I'm about to be 52 and a grandma. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do about that. Y'all should have seen me. I actually like, so can I get excited now? She told my son, he called me like, oh, so you keeping secrets from your favorite child. Hey, boy. And he said, man, I thought my girl was pregnant. I'm up here getting sick. I'm thinking like, oh man, I'm about to have a baby. He said, here it is, my sister. I was dying. Like, these people are crazy for real. Thank you. I be trying to take care of myself. I ain't never did no drugs. I used to drink a lot, but okay. I don't do none of that really now. I drink, but I don't drink a lot. Like, I used to drink with the intent to get drunk. Wednesday night, I'm about to go out and get drunk. I was never a weekend partier. I went out like Man, I'll be out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then come Friday and Saturday, I'm chilling. I don't know what it was. Even today, I like going out. If I go out, I like to go out on the weekdays. I guess it's less riffraff in some cases. But I don't do clubs and stuff anymore. I just like a nice restaurant or, a little bar I can do a happy hour in, but no like club type things. Now, if I'm out of town, I may go to a club. I don't know. But for the most part, I ain't doing all that. I enjoy a little wine bar, whatever. Socializing. I like sitting outside. Places I can go and sit outside and eat and have a cocktail or whatever. I like stuff like that. Yep. But anywho, if I had to give encouragement on anything, like I said, sometimes you gotta be obedient and not necessarily care what the next person thinks or feel or how they're gonna feel. That's something they're gonna have to get over. If it's something that God is telling you to do or moving you to do specifically, it's for a greater reason. So we can't, yeah, you can care, but you can't care so much that you don't move when God tells you to move. I can love you and still do what God tell me to do. If you have a problem with that, you have to deal with that. I've done the respectful thing and letting you know, and this is how it is, and whatever the case may be. And just do it. You know what I mean? Stop ignoring that little voice that's telling you to step out and do something, start something, write something. You know, I don't know if y'all write books. I don't know what none of y'all do, but whatever it is, I know there's something that you aspire to do. There's something that you've thought about doing that you might just be sitting on or trying to figure out how. Now it's time to pray about it and figure it out. Because at some point it's going to be like right now I'm saying this to you and you might have something in your mind and you're thinking, this is confirmation. This guy I listen to all the time, Stephen Chestnut, he says, too much confirmation could be a sign of disobedience. Because it's like, okay, he told me once. He sent somebody to confirm it. I said confirmation, and I didn't do it. Then he sent somebody else to say something. And I was like, ooh, confirmation. But I didn't do it. Then he sent a third person, and I said, ooh, confirmation. I think people really get stuck in the confirmation phase when the confirmation comes to give you the push to go ahead, to say, hey, it's okay to do this. That's what confirmation is about. That reassurance to let you know, yeah, you heard it from me. This is God. I confirmed it for you. I confirmed it for you 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Now it's just like, I'm waiting on you. Half time we be waiting on all these confirmations and God waiting on us to get there so he can do what he's trying to do. But we sitting back. And after a while, we'll fall into that stink of saying, oh, the devil trying to hold me back. But we didn't take that first step. You take 2, he take 10. We serve a God that multiplies. He doesn't just add on. When he adds on in multiples. Multiplication. So if you have 3 times 8, what do you get? 24. No, I'm just kidding. I'm being silly at this point. I like dancing, but I've only been to a club twice in my life. Once when I was 18 and then a salsa club. See, that's why I need to come to California. Because we ain't got to go to a club to dance. We just find a place where they dance at or where there's music and then you dance. Duh. I just told my honey we need to go out dancing. I ain't had fun and just, be out on the floor because I don't dance all great, but I like to dance too. And I ain't been out doing that. I haven't danced since I've been here. It's time. Have fun, Go have some fun. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Oh, no, I was kidding. Oh, man. What's that Casey and the Sunshine Band? I'm so old. When I was a kid, my mother used to play them all the time. And I knew there was a white man. Casey and the Sunshine Band. That used to be my song when I was a kid, man. I got so many songs that I used to listen to when I was a kid. Oh, that's my song. That's my song. Yeah, man, so What's the two things? Continue to give God glory even in a shift that you're not expecting. When it seems like everything might be falling apart, we gonna say glory be to God. Glory be to God. Keep on praising through those times. Don't allow it to cause you to fold. You know what I mean? You gotta keep going. Even when it don't look like you thought it would, you gotta keep on praising and keep moving. You know? Because just like that GPS I was talking about, sometimes you can keep going and it stop talking. But sometimes you can keep going, or you might turn a different way and it will reroute you. You know what I mean? Keep going for that rerouting. The only thing that stops us is us. You know what I mean? If the devil stopped you, it's because you allowed him to. Once you stop, you gave way. So you got to keep going with what you're setting out to do. You got to keep striving to reach your goals, knocking them down one at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day, so you got to do things one at a time. Don't pick up so many things, you know. Do one thing and then pick up another. Get good with that. Get another. However the case may be, just do it, you know. Don't become stagnant on purpose, you know. And right now that's where I am. I'm stagnant on purpose because I know what my atmosphere is doing to me. I know what I need to do. And, you know, it took that confirmation of that lady saying, I didn't expect this when I saw your work. Baby, I don't need nothing else but that for you to tell me this place don't match my skill. And that as a client, you expected more. I got to up my game. I got to level up to fit who I'm trying to serve. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to level up to fit who we trying to serve. Sometimes you got to level up to serve God. We got to come out those slumps. We got to come out of that woe is me. We got to come out of that fear and level up so we can serve God. So he can keep leveling us up. God builds us up, period. So that's my last bit of encouragement to you guys. I got great go and clock in. I have had an amazing time chit-chatting with you guys. I'm so blessed to have a couple people in here listen to me tell my story. Listen to me talk about my repo experience. Hey, at least it wasn't unexpected, honey. It was planned, but unplanned timing. Whatever. I got a new car. It's a Volkswagen. I never imagined me having a Volkswagen. But this is a really nice car. It rides smooth. Man, when I tell y'all it's clean, I was like searching on Carvana for a couple days, getting a headache. But they got a thing where they show you the little imperfections on their cars. Man, all of them had discoloration of the seats, cracks in the steering wheel. This car right here, I don't know who had it. The inside of this car is clean, okay? Clean. But yeah, let me go because y'all know how I feel about getting in here by like 12:25 so I can clock in and leave at 5:25. That 5 minutes seemed like 30 minutes when I get to leave, honestly. You are, yes. Taking VTO tonight. I am not taking VTO tonight. I got to get these $21 an hour, baby. But I appreciate you guys, and I pray that God gives you everything that you need in your dreams tonight. So when you wake up, you have a new strategy, new plan, and the will to go for it. Just keep following him, keep listening, and do what he tell you to do. And you're going to be all gravy, baby. Love y'all. Bye.